My parents, who hadn't called me for years, suddenly demanded a family meeting after finding out about my new house. When they told me to sell it and fund them, I cut off all remaining contact. The promotion to VP came on a Monday morning in March. Our CEO stood at the head of the conference table and said my name, Vice President of Digital Strategy. $285,000 base salary, stock options, performance bonuses that could push total compensation past $350,000. The board members applauded. People shook my hand. Someone opened champagne. My phone stayed silent in my pocket. No call from my parents, no text, nothing. Same as the past 14 months. I checked anyway after the meeting, standing in the hallway while colleagues congratulated me. One notification. Sophie, my sister in Orlando, saw the LinkedIn post. VP so proud. Mom's name wasn't there. Neither was Dad's. Ryan, my younger brother, hadn't even viewed my profile in 3 years based on the LinkedIn analytics. 6 years in Miami, 6 years building this career from junior analyst to VP without a single call from home asking how work was going. No connections used, no family money borrowed, just 60-hour weeks and campaigns that worked. Sophie was the only one who ever asked. That evening, I sat at my apartment desk running numbers on a spreadsheet. The VP salary changed everything. I had $180,000 saved, enough for a 20% down payment on a $600,000 to $700,000 property. Miami real estate was expensive, but I could afford it now. No more renting, no more building someone else's equity. I called Vanessa Rodriguez, a realtor I'd met at a networking event 6 months earlier. I'm ready to buy, I said. Waterfront. 3 bedrooms, minimum $600,000 to $700,000 range. When do you want to start looking? She asked. Tomorrow. I found it in 8 days. Days 1 through 6 were strikeouts. A Coral Gables condo that felt too urban. A Key Biscayne townhouse with no yard. A Coconut Grove modern that didn't have the right feel. 2 others that Vanessa suggested and I rejected within 10 minutes of walking through. Day 7. She called at 9 a.m. Just got a listing. Kendall Area Lake Access Modern Construction. Want to see it today? We drove out at 11. The property sat on a quiet street with direct lake access. 2,800 square feet, built 3 years ago. Floor-to-ceiling windows across the back. Infinity pool overlooking the water. A detached office that used to be a boathouse. All glass walls on 3 sides. Private dock extending into the lake. I walked through every room. Master bedroom with a balcony facing east. Sunrise over the lake. Open kitchen with granite counters. Stainless appliances. An island big enough to actually use. 2 guest bedrooms. The office had a separate entrance and enough space for a standing desk, monitors, everything I needed for remote work days. I stood on the dock looking back at the house. This is it, I told Vanessa. List price is $675,000, she said. Market's cooling slightly. We could offer $650,000 and see what happens. Do it. The seller accepted within 12 hours. Closing set for April 30th. I got pre-approved the next day. $130,000 down, $520,000 mortgage at 6.2% interest. Monthly payment of $3,095 including taxes and insurance. Easily manageable on my salary. I told exactly one person. Sophie answered on the second ring. Hey, what's up? I bought a house. Silence. Then, what? Lake property in Kendall closes end of April. She screamed. Actual screaming. Alex. Oh my God, this is incredible. When can I visit? How big is it? Did you get the lake view you wanted? We talked for 40 minutes. She asked about square footage, closing costs, what furniture I'd need. Real questions. Genuine excitement, no agenda. You're the first person I've told, I said eventually. Not Mom and Dad. They haven't called in over a year. Why would I silence on her end then quietly? I know. Ryan gets everything. We get silence. Sophie was the middle child, 3 years younger than me, 3 years older than Ryan. She'd spent her whole life watching Mom and Dad pour attention and money into Ryan while treating us like background characters. The difference was she'd made peace with it, moved to Orlando, built her own life as a graphic designer, stopped expecting anything, don't post about it yet. Okay, I said. I'll tell them when I'm ready. Of course, your news to share. Closing day came on a perfect April afternoon. I sat in the title company office, signing document after document, purchase agreement, mortgage papers, insurance policies. The closer pushed pages across the desk, and I signed my name 47 times. The wire transfer went through at 3:15 p.m. $130,000 from my savings account to the seller's attorney. The biggest check I'd ever written. The closer handed me a leather folder with 2 keys inside. "Congratulations, Mr. Carter. You're officially a homeowner." I drove straight there. The house was empty, all hardwood floors and afternoon sunlight. I unlocked the door and stepped inside alone. My footsteps echoed. I walked through every room, slowly touching walls, opening cabinets, testing light switches. The master bedroom was huge. The guest room would be perfect for when Sophie visited. The office had my name on it. I walked out to the pool deck. The infinity edge made it look like the pool flowed directly into the lake. Miami skyline, visible in the distance, shimmering in the heat. I stood at the edge, looking at water that stretched 200 yards to the opposite shore. All mine, all earned, no family help, no borrowed money, just me. Sophie drove down from Orlando the Friday after closing. She arrived at 7 p.m. with a housewarming gift, a framed print for my office that said, "Build your own table in minimalist typography." "Figured it was appropriate," she said, hugging me in the driveway. We spent Saturday morning receiving furniture deliveries, king bed for the master couch and chairs for the living room dining table that sat. Sophie helped me unpack boxes and arranged kitchen cabinets. We ordered pizza for lunch and ate it sitting on the dock with our feet in the water. Sunday morning we had coffee watching the sunrise. Sunday afternoon, Sophie started taking photos. "You need to document this," she said, phone out. "You look happier than I've seen you in years." She took candid shots. Me standing in the office with the lake behind me. Me at the grill on the pool deck flipping burgers. One perfect shot at sunset. Both of us sitting on the dock with wine glasses. The lake turning orange and pink behind us. "These came out amazing," she said, scrolling through. "You look so happy here." "I am happy. Can I post one just to my Instagram?" I hesitated. "The sunset one, but don't tag the location specifically. Just Miami. Nothing detailed. Promise." Sunday evening after dinner, Sophie posted. I saw the notification on my phone. The sunset photo with a caption, "Best weekend visiting my brother in his new place. Miami living suits him. So proud of everything you've accomplished, Alex Carter." Public post. My account tagged. Location listed as Miami, Florida. I liked it and thought nothing of it. Sophie drove back to Orlando Monday morning. We hugged in the driveway. "Thanks for coming," I said. "Thanks for having me. I love it here. You're always welcome." Tuesday morning I worked from home. Coffee at 8 a.m., laptop open by 8:30. Client presentation prep for a Thursday meeting. Quiet morning focused work. At 9:47 my phone buzzed. One notification, then 3, then 5, then it didn't stop. I picked it up. Instagram was exploding. Sophie's sunset post had 247 likes. Her posts normally got 30 or 40. The comment section was active. 68 comments. I scrolled through. Extended family I barely knew. Aunt Deborah asking, "Beautiful, where in Miami?" Uncle Mark commenting, "Congrats on the new place, Alex." Cousin Rachel with, "Wow, fancy, can we visit?" Then hometown acquaintances I hadn't spoken to since high school. "Wait, Alex lives in Miami now. I heard he got some big promotion. Someone said he's making bank." Then one comment that made me stop. "Brittany Ryan's wife. Gorgeous. We should visit. I saw it's a lake house. Ryan would love the dock." I stared at my screen. How did Brittany know it was a lake house? Sophie's photo showed sunset and wine glasses. No house visible. No dock. No identifying features. I opened Facebook Messenger. 3 unread messages. First one from Mom. First contact in 14 months. "Alex, when did you buy a house in Miami? Why didn't you tell your family? We had to find out from Instagram. No congratulations. No, we're proud of you. Just accusation." I didn't respond. Second message from Aunt Deborah. "Your mother is very hurt that you didn't tell her about the house. You should call her." Third message from a distant cousin named Brad. I'd met twice in my life. "Yo man, heard you're destroying it in Miami. We should catch up." My email dinged. New message from Sophie. Subject line in all caps. "I'm so sorry." I opened it. "Alex's mom called me 20 minutes ago asking for your address. Said she wanted to send a housewarming gift. I said I didn't have it memorized. Then Brittany called. Said Ryan wanted to surprise you with a visit. I said I couldn't give out your address without asking. Then Mom called back crying. Said I was keeping secrets and choosing sides. She made me feel so guilty. She said Dad's health insurance lapsed, and they might lose the house and you were their only hope, and if I loved them, I'd help them reach you. So I sent her a photo, the one I took from the front entrance with your address visible on the mailbox. I'm so sorry, I didn't think she'd forward it. She forwarded it to a family group chat. Carter family updates. You're not in it, but I am. Aunt Rachel added me. Ryan's in it, all the cousins, everyone. Mom wrote, look at Alex's $650,000 Miami lake house with private dock that he didn't bother mentioning to family. Meanwhile, Ryan is struggling and we're about to lose everything. Guess success makes you forget where you came from. I'm so sorry. I should have asked you first. Please forgive me, I read it twice. I read it. Not angry at Sophie, angry at the manipulation. Mom had lied about Dad's health insurance to extract information, then weaponized it in a group chat I wasn't even in. I texted Sophie, not your fault, they played you. Don't feel guilty. She responded immediately. I feel terrible. Don't. This is what they do. At 11:30 my phone rang. Mom calling. I stared at the screen. Let it ring through to voicemail. The voicemail notification appeared. I played it. Mom's voice shaking. Alex, it's your mother. I don't understand why you're shutting us out. We just found out you bought a $650,000 house and didn't say a word. After everything we've done for you, this is how you treat family. Your brother is in crisis. Your father and I are drowning financially. We need to talk. Call me back immediately. This is urgent. I deleted it. At noon my phone rang again. Dad calling. Another voicemail. Son, this is Dad. Your mother is very upset. We need a family meeting to discuss some things. We'd like to do a video call Saturday at 10 a.m. This isn't optional. You owe us at least a conversation. Thursday afternoon, a text from Mom. Saturday, 10 a.m. video call. Be there. We're your parents, and you will talk to us about this house situation and how you can help your brother. I replied one line. I'll be there. Thursday evening, I sat in my office looking at the lake. Sun-setting water turning gold boats moving across in the distance. They'd ignored me for over a year. 14 months without a call, no congratulations on my promotion, no interest in my life. Now they wanted to talk about my house and how I could help Ryan. I knew exactly what they were going to ask. I already knew what I was going to say. I opened my laptop, created a new Excel file, familyaccounting.xlsx, started entering data, years amounts, purposes, repayments, numbers. I'd memorized over the years of watching money flow one direction in my family. Saturday was 48 hours away. That gave me just enough time to prepare receipts. Saturday morning at 9:58 a.m. I positioned my laptop carefully on the desk. Lake view visible in the background. Intentional. Second monitor angled away from the camera with my spreadsheet open. Glass of water, notebook. Deep breath. At 10 sharp, I clicked the Zoom link. 4 faces appeared on screen. Mom and Dad sat on their living room couch, dressed formally like they were going to church. Ryan and Brittany were in a bedroom somewhere, both in t-shirts. Ryan's hair uncombed. He looked stressed. Alex, finally. Mom's voice came through too loud. Do you know how hard it's been to reach you? Hi, Mom. Dad, Ryan? Dad leaned forward. We need to talk about this house situation. What situation? Mom's face tightened. Don't play dumb. A $650,000 house and you didn't tell your own parents. I told Sophie. Sophie isn't your mother. Sophie's called me more in the past year than you have. Uncomfortable silence. Dad cleared his throat. Let's not start with accusations. We're here to discuss family matters. Go ahead. Mom glanced at Dad, then back at the camera. Your brother is in a very difficult position. Ryan jumped in immediately defensive. The crypto market crashed. It wasn't my fault. What crypto market? You had clients. I was consulting on blockchain optimization. How many clients? That's not how many. Brittany appeared closer to the camera. This isn't an interrogation. Dad held up a hand. Let me explain the situation clearly. He pulled out papers, reading from them. Your mother and I took out a second mortgage in 2021 to help Ryan start his business. The monthly payment is $1,850. Combined with our first mortgage, we're paying $3,200 monthly on fixed retirement income. And Mom's voice cracked slightly. We're depleting our retirement savings. At this rate, we'll be bankrupt in 18 months. Dad set the papers down. We need help paying off the second mortgage. The balance is $38,000. Silence. I let it stretch. 10 seconds. 15. You want me to give you $38,000? Mom nodded quickly. It would eliminate the payment and save our retirement. Anything else? Mom and Dad exchanged a look. The kind of look that said they'd rehearsed this. Ryan and Brittany have been living with us for 2 years. Mom said they need to start their own life. They found a nice starter home. 3 bedrooms, good neighborhood, and a safe area. They need help with the down payment. How much? $45,000 for down payment and closing costs. I did the math out loud. $38,000 for your mortgage. $45,000 for Ryan's house. You're asking me for $83,000 total. When you put it that way, it sounds accurate. Brittany leaned into frame. It's not like you don't have it. You just bought a $650,000 house with my money that I earned. Ryan's voice went up. Come on, man. Family helps family. Does it? Mom spoke quickly. Words rehearsed. You're a VP making excellent money. You're single with no dependents. You have resources. We're asking you to help your family in crisis. Dad pulled out another paper. If $83,000 liquid is difficult right now, we had another thought. Here it comes. You could sell the house. Miami real estate is appreciating rapidly. You'd make a profit, help us and Ryan, and still have plenty for a smaller place. Or rent for a while. You want me to sell my house? Mom jumped in. Or take a home equity loan. You just bought it. Banks would approve. Let me make sure I understand. I kept my voice level. You want me to either give you $83,000 cash, or sell my house, or go into debt to fix problems you created by giving Ryan money for 5 years? That's not fair, Ryan started. When's the last time you called me Mom? We've both been busy. 14 months, January of last year. You called to ask if I'd contributed to Ryan's wedding gift fund. Mom's face flushed. That's not... When's the last time you visited me in Miami? Silence? Dad looked down. Mom's mouth opened, but nothing came out. Never. But you want me to sell my house for you. I moved my mouse. Let me share my screen. The spreadsheet appeared. FamilyAccounting.xlsx in large letters at the top. Everyone's faces changed. Dad's eyes widened. Mom leaned back. Ryan went pale. Since we're talking about family helping family, let's review the data. Tab 1 investment in Ryan. The table filled their screens. 2020 meal prep delivery. $25,000 given 4 months duration, 0 repaid. 2021 drop shipping store. $30,000 given 6 months, 0 repaid. 2022 crypto consulting, $45,000 given 8 months, 0 repaid. 2023 marketing agency, $18,000 given 3 months, 0 repaid. Total, $118,000 given, 0 repaid. Complete silence on the call. I was going to pay them back. Ryan's voice was small. Tab 2 investment in Alex. Much shorter. Table 2010. Freshman textbooks, $1,500, given $1,500 repaid in 2012, 2011 through 2024. All other requests, 0 given. Total, $1,500 given. $1,500 repaid. I split the screen to show both tables side by side. Ryan, $118,000 never repaid. Alex, $1,500 fully repaid. This isn't about keeping score. Mom started. You're right. Because if we were keeping score, the game ended years ago. I let them look at the numbers. You gave Ryan $118,000 over 5 years. You gave me $1,500 over 15 years, and now you want me to give you $83,000 to fix the mess that $118,000 created. Dad's voice went defensive. Your brother needed help. I needed help too. I just learned not to ask. Brittany's voice came through sharp. So you're just going to let your parents lose their house? That's so selfish. I'm not letting anyone lose anything. Ryan lost their house by taking $118,000 for businesses he never built. That's not fair. They offered. Ryan was almost shouting now. Did you ever say no? Did you ever say, Mom, Dad, you're retired, keep your money even once? Ryan went silent. Mom's voice cracked. Alex, please, we're desperate. Your father's health insurance. Is Dad sick? Well, no. But so the health insurance thing was a lie to manipulate Sophie into giving you my address. Mom's face went red. It wasn't a lie. We're just worried about the future. You lied to my sister to get information you'd use to ask me for money. I stopped sharing the screen. 4 faces looking at me. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say no. Everyone leaned forward slightly. No, I won't give you $83,000. No, I won't sell my house. No, I won't take out a home equity loan. No, I won't give you $8,300. I won't give you $83,000. I won't give you anything. Alex, please, where are your parents? Mom's voice shook. You're my parents when you need money. Where were you when I graduated college? When I got my first promotion, my second, when I moved to Miami 6 years ago when I made VP? We've been dealing with Ryan's situation. Exactly. You've been dealing with Ryan for 28 years. You've been dealing with me for 0. My hands were steady on the desk. Do you know how I paid for college student loans? $67,000. Paid them off by 2018, 3 years early, working 60-hour weeks. Did you ever ask about them? Ever offer to help? Mom's voice went quiet. You never said you were struggling because I learned at 16 that asking you for anything meant hearing Ryan needs it more. This is nonsense. You're just bitter. Ryan tried to interrupt. I'm not bitter. I'm free because I built a life without you. Mom's eyes were getting red. You taught me to be independent, Mom. You told me my whole life I didn't need help because I was so self-sufficient. Congratulations, the lesson stuck. Lesson. Her voice broke. That's not what I meant. Yes, it was. Every time I accomplished something alone, you said, see, you don't need us. Every time Ryan failed, you said he needs us more. I learned my place. Tears started running down her face. That's so cruel. What's cruel is asking me to sell the home I bought with money I earned without your help. To fix problems you created by giving Ryan money he never earned. She was fully crying now, shoulders shaking. After everything we've done for you, what have you done for me specifically in the last 10 years? Name one thing. She couldn't speak through the crying. Dad put his arm around her. Look what you've done. You made your mother cry. No, Dad. You made her cry. You both did. By draining your retirement for Ryan's failures, instead of accepting he's 28 years old and needs to figure his own life out. These are consequences. I leaned toward the camera. Ryan needs to get a real job. You need to downsize and live within your means. And I need to never be contacted by any of you unless you want a relationship, not a transaction. This call is over. You're going to regret. Ryan started. I clicked end call. The screen went black for 2 seconds. Silence. Then the faint sound of Mom still crying before the connection lost completely. My face reflected in the black monitor. Alone hands shaking slightly now that it was over. I took a breath, closed the laptop. My phone started ringing immediately. Mom calling, I declined it. Dad calling, declined. Ryan calling, declined. Text messages started flooding in. I watched them appear one after another. Mom, how could you say those things to me? I'm your mother. Dad, you will apologize for making your mother cry, or you're not welcome in this family. Ryan, don't exist to me, don't ever contact me again. Brittany, I always knew you were a selfish jerk. Hope your fancy house keeps you warm at night since you'll have nobody else. Aunt Deborah, your mother just called me sobbing. You should be ashamed. Cousin Bradley, wow. Family asks for help and you throw money in their face. You're disgusting. Then one different message. Sophie, I heard what happened. Family group chat is exploding. Are you okay? I texted back. I'm okay. Better than okay. I set the phone to do not disturb, stood up from the desk, walked through the house to the pool deck. The morning was perfect. 78 degrees light breeze sun reflecting off the lake. I sat at the edge of the infinity pool with my feet in the water boats moving across the lake in the distance. Miami skyline hazy in the heat. I just burned down the only family I had. And I felt lighter. I sat there for 20 minutes. No phone, no laptop, just water and sun and silence. Then I stood up, walked back inside, opened the laptop again. Client presentations still needed work. The Thursday meeting didn't care about family drama. Life didn't stop for this, and neither would I. Saturday afternoon at 3 p.m., my phone buzzed with a text from Sophie. Group chat is insane. Sending screenshots. I opened the images she sent. The family group chat. Carter family updates, the one I'd never been added to, was on fire with 127 unread messages since the call ended 5 hours ago. Mom's message at the top, I'm devastated. Alex said horrible, cruel things to me today. Told me I was a bad mother, made me cry after everything we've done for him. Aunt Deborah responded immediately. That's terrible, Linda. What did he say exactly, Mom? He threw a spreadsheet in our faces, said we gave Ryan too much money, refused to help us when we're losing our house. Ryan jumped in. He's got a VP salary and a $650,000 house and won't give his own parents $38,000 to save their retirement. That's sociopath behavior. Brittany added, some people get a little success and forget they came from nothing. Then Uncle Mark, Dad's older brother. Wait, is there more context here? Why did you need $38,000? Mom, We took a second mortgage to help Ryan start his business. Now we can't afford the payments. Uncle Mark? And you asked Alex to pay it off. Dad, he's our son. He has resources. Family helps family. Uncle Mark, did you help him buy his house? No response to that. My younger cousin Jason, 29, who worked in tech in Denver. So let me get this straight. You gave Ryan over $100,000, gave Alex nothing, and now you're mad he won't give you money. Mom, that's not fair. Ryan needed more help. Jason, did he though? Or did you just enable him for years? Aunt Deborah, Jason? That's your aunt? Jason. And Alex is my cousin who worked himself to the bone and doesn't owe anyone anything. The chat split into two clear camps. Team parents included Aunt Deborah, cousin Bradley, and older relatives over 60 who didn't know the full story. Team Alex included Uncle Mark, Jason, younger cousins under 40, and obviously Sophie. Sunday morning, Sophie sent another screenshot. Brittany had posted on Facebook publicly. Sad when family members choose money over relationships. Some people have resources to help struggling family, but refuse, praying for those in need while others live in luxury they didn't earn. The post didn't name me. Everyone knew anyway. 240 comments by noon, mostly from Brittany's friends who didn't know the context. Lots of praying for you and family should come first. Then Uncle Mark commented, earned it himself actually without any family help, which is more than some people can say. Aunt Deborah's friends attacked him in the replies. Sophie jumped in. Maybe people should build their own success instead of demanding others fund their lifestyle. Brittany replied, easy to say when your brother hoards wealth? Sophie fired back, easy to criticize when your husband has failed at 4 businesses funded by his parents. The thread erupted into 80+ comments of family members arguing. I closed the screenshots. Not my circus anymore. Monday morning at 9:15 my phone rang. CEO, Michelle Rivera. My stomach dropped. Hello, Alex. Got a strange email over the weekend. From who? A concerned family member saying you're financially abusing your elderly parents and we should be aware of your character. Silence. I deleted it. Michelle said, want to tell me what's actually happening? I explained briefly. Family hadn't contacted me in 14 months. Found out about my house on social media. Asked me for $83,000. I said no. Now they were retaliating. They asked you to sell your house to fund your brother's life. That was one option they suggested. Yes. Long pause on her end. Jesus Christ, okay. Forward me any other context like that. This is harassment. Our legal team will handle it if it continues. Thank you. And Alex, you did the right thing. Boundaries are hard, especially with family, but they're necessary. Relief flooded through me. Thank you. Take today off if you need it. Actually, take the week. You've got PTO. I'll work. Honestly, work is the distraction I need. After the call, messages continued rolling in. Positive ones first. Cousin Melissa in Atlanta. Heard what happened. Team Alex, 100%. Don't cave. Uncle Mark, your dad called asking me to talk sense into you. I told him maybe he should look at his own choices. Keep your house, kid. Cousin Jason. Dude, stay strong. Ryan's been mooching for years and everyone knows it. My work friend David. Sophie filled me in. Want to grab dinner? My treat. Then the negative ones. Aunt Deborah. You broke your mother's heart. I hope you can live with that. Cousin Bradley. Success without family means nothing. You'll pass away alone in that big house. A distant aunt I'd met twice. I don't know what happened, but family should forgive. You should apologize. I didn't respond to any of them. Delete. 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 Tuesday afternoon. Sophie called. Mom's not speaking to me, she said. She says I chose your side. I'm sorry you're caught in this. Don't be. I chose correctly. She lied about Dad's health insurance to manipulate me. That's messed up. Silence on the line then. Also, Ryan got a job. What Dad told him, either get employed or move out. Ryan's starting at some tech sales company next week. Entry level. Good. He needs it. Mom's furious at Dad for the ultimatum. The house is tense. Not my problem anymore. By end of week 1, the dust started settling. Week 2 brought unexpected updates. Sophie sent me a LinkedIn screenshot on May 20th. Ryan's profile with a new post. Excited to join TechStart Solutions as BDR. Looking forward to growth opportunities. Business Development Representative. B2B software sales. Salary around $42,000 base plus commission according to Glassdoor. First real job with a salary in 6 years. The comments were telling. High school friends congratulating him. Family notably silent. His past business partners posted nothing. I saw the post, didn't like it, didn't comment. Sophie called with more intel the next day. Ryan's working 9 to 6 every day, hates it, complains constantly to mom about cold calling and quotas. But Brittany's parents told them they could move into their Tampa guest room, only if Ryan stays employed for 6 months. What about Brittany? Got a part-time job at Sephora. First job in 3 years. And mom and dad house is listed for sale. They're downsizing to a 2-bedroom condo. Mom took a part-time job at Target 20 hours a week. Dad's doing consulting work, small insurance projects for old clients. So they're figuring it out without your $83,000. They always could. They just wanted the easy way. The realization settled in over those 2 weeks. Everyone was surviving. Ryan was working. Parents were downsizing. Brittany was employed. Nobody actually needed my money. They just wanted it because asking me was easier than solving their own problems. Friday evening, May 22nd. I hosted a small dinner. David from work, my neighbor Carlos and his wife Maria Sophie, who drove down for the weekend, and 2 other colleagues. We grilled steaks on the pool deck. Sunset painted the lake orange and gold. Wine flowing, laughter echoing across the water. Good food, better company. David raised his glass. To Alex for teaching us that family isn't always blood. I raised mine. To chosen family, the people who show up because they want to, not because they need something. Glass clinks all around. After everyone left around 11 p.m., Sophie and I sat on the dock with our feet in the water. You seem different, she said. Lighter? I feel lighter. Any regrets about the money? No. About how I said it? Maybe, but not about the boundary. Mom asks about you sometimes in a roundabout way. What does she say? I wonder if Alex is okay. I hope he's eating well. Never. I was wrong, or I understand why he's upset. So nothing's changed. Not yet. Sunday evening after Sophie left, I sat on the dock watching the sunset. Pulled out my phone, opened Instagram, took a photo. Sunset over the lake, wine glass in the foreground, my house visible in the background. Caption. Someone once suggested I should sell this house to help family. I chose differently. I chose to build a life where my worth isn't determined by what I sacrifice for others, but by what I create for myself. No regrets. Posted it public within 2 hours. 420 likes and 100 comments. David living your best life. Uncle Mark, that's my nephew. Cousin Jason King energy, a colleague from work. Proud of you for setting boundaries. Sophie, the best view in Miami. Then the negative ones predictably appeared. Aunt Deborah, some of us value family over pride. Cousin Bradley must be nice to be selfish. Brittany, enjoy it while you can. I deleted Brittany's comment. Blocked her account. Left the others. Closed Instagram. Set the phone down on the dock. Feet in the water. Miami skyline glowing orange in the distance. Boats creating small wakes across the lake. 3 weeks ago, I had a family I barely knew. Now I had a life they'd never understand. And for the first time in 34 years, I was completely okay with that. Thursday afternoon, August 6th, 3 months after the call that ended everything. My phone rang at 2:47 p.m. Dad calling. First time since May. I stared at the screen for 3 rings, then answered. Hello, Alex. It's your father. I know. Awkward silence. I could hear him breathing, searching for words. How are you? I'm good. We're adjusting. Sold the house last month. Moved into a condo last week. 2 bedrooms in a 55-plus community. It's smaller but manageable. That's good. Another pause. Longer this time. Your mother is working at Target part-time. 20 hours a week. I'm doing some consulting projects helping old clients with insurance audits. We're making it work. I'm glad you found a solution. Ryan's still at his job, Dad said carefully. 3 months now. He and Brittany moved to Tampa, living with her parents while they save for their own place. I saw on LinkedIn. Longer silence. I waited. I've been thinking about what you said on that call in May. I said nothing. You weren't entirely wrong. Not you were right, but weren't entirely wrong. For Dad, that was massive. We did enable Ryan, your mother and I. We thought we were helping him find his path, but we were just delaying him from growing up. And now he's complaining constantly about the job. Says it's beneath him that he's meant for bigger things, but he's paying his own rent, his own bills. For the first time since college, he's actually responsible for himself. That's progress. Your mother. Dad cleared his throat. She's still heard about what you said. I'm sure she is, but she's asked about you. Not directly, but I can tell she's thinking about it. Thinking about what you said. About how we treated you differently. About Ryan getting everything while you got nothing. Would you consider maybe talking to her? Not now, but eventually when she's ready to acknowledge what happened. Not just that her feelings are hurt. Maybe. That's fair. Silence again. Then the lake house in your Instagram post. It looked nice. It is nice. You earned it. 3 words I'd waited 34 years to hear. Thank you. I should go, but take care of yourself, son. You too, Dad. The call ended. I sat in my office staring at the lake for 5 minutes. Not forgiveness, not reconciliation, but acknowledgement. Small, incomplete, but real. Labor Day weekend. Sophie drove down from Orlando. Sunday morning, we sat on the dock with coffee watching boats cross the lake. Mom asked if you'd come to Thanksgiving. She said she asked you to ask me. Yeah, she won't ask directly. What do you think I should do? Sophie looked at me. I think you should do whatever feels right for you. Not for her, not for Dad. For you. I watched the water. I'm not ready. Then don't go. Does that make me petty? It makes you honest. They ignored you for years. 3 months of them thinking about it doesn't erase that. Maybe next year or the year after when I know they want a relationship with me, not access to my resources. That's fair. What will you do? I'll go. I'll eat turkey. I'll leave early, and I'll come here for the weekend after. Deal. That afternoon I sent Mom an email. Mom, I got your Thanksgiving invitation through Sophie. I'm not ready to come this year. What was said in May can't be smoothed over with a holiday dinner. When you're ready to talk about the actual issues, the favoritism, the years of being ignored, the manipulation, I'm willing to have that conversation, but I won't pretend everything is fine when it isn't. Alex, no response came, but also no angry response. Progress, maybe. New Year's Eve. I hosted 15 people at the house. Friends from work, neighbors who'd become friends, Sophie and her new boyfriend David and his wife, even my CEO Michelle and her husband. The pool deck was transformed with string lights and catered food champagne bar set up by the Infinity Edge music playing across the water. At 11:45, everyone gathered by the pool. David raised his glass. Before midnight, I want to say something. Alex, thank you for hosting, for being an incredible friend, and for teaching all of us that family isn't just blood, it's the people who show up. Applause around the deck. Sophie stepped forward. To my brother who finally figured out that he doesn't need people who only show up when they want something. I stood raising my glass. To all of you, a year ago, I bought this house thinking it would be a good investment. Turns out it was the best investment I ever made. Not because of property value, but because it taught me what I'm worth. To boundaries, chosen family, and lake views, nobody can ask you to sell. Laughter, cheers, glasses clinking all around. Midnight came with a countdown from 10. Fireworks launched from neighboring docks reflecting in the lake. Champagne toasts, hugs. Sophie hugged me tight. Happy New Year, big brother. Happy New Year. After everyone left around 2 a.m., I stood on the dock alone. The lake was calm, reflecting city lights and stars. Last year, I'd lost a family I never really had. This year, I'd built one that chose me back. Best trade I ever made. 18 months after the call that changed everything, here's where everyone landed. Ryan was still at TechStart Solutions, got promoted to senior BDR after a year, makes $58,000 plus commission now. He and Brittany live in a small apartment in Tampa. No boats, no designer clothes, just normal life. We don't talk. Maybe someday, maybe not. Mom and Dad adjusted to condo life. Dad's consulting brings in enough to supplement retirement. Mom works retail 20 hours a week. They sent a Christmas card last year, first one in 3 years. I sent one back. Baby steps. Sophie moved to Miami last month. Got a design job at a firm in Brickell. She's staying in my guest room while apartment hunting. Having her here is good. She's the family I choose every day. Me senior VP now. $340,000 salary. Stock options vested. I could afford a bigger house, but I'm keeping this one. Not because I can't upgrade, because this house means something. It's the line I drew, the boundary I held, the choice I made when everyone told me I was wrong. June afternoon working from my home office. Laptop open, client reports, Miami heat building outside. Phone rings, unknown number, Minnesota area code. I let it go to voicemail. The notification appears. I play it. Hey Alex, it's Brad, your cousin. Long time. Listen, I'm starting a business app development and I heard you're doing really well. I was wondering if you'd be interested in investing. Nothing huge, maybe $25,000 to start. Let me know. I delete the voicemail mid-sentence. Smile. Text Sophie. Someone just asked for investment money. Guess I'm officially successful. Her reply comes immediately. LOL. What did you say? Me nothing. Deleted, blocked, moved on. Sophie, proud of you. Me learned from the best. I close the messages. Return to work. Through the window, lake view stretches out. Afternoon sun turning the water gold. Miami skyline hazy in the distance. Dad wanted to teach me about family obligations. He succeeded, just not the way he intended. Obligation isn't about money, it's about respect. And when someone shows you for years that they don't respect you, you're not obligated to fund their life. You're obligated to protect your own. Some people call that selfish. I call it survival. And from where I'm sitting, survival looks pretty damn good.